There's a peace I come to know. Though my heart and flesh may fail, there's an anchor for my soul. I can say it is well. Jesus has overcome, and the grave is overwhelmed. The victory is won. He has risen from the dead, and I will rise when he calls my name. No more sorrow, no more pain. I will rise on eagle's wings before my God, before my knees, and rise. I will rise. There's a day that's drawing near. Woo! When the darkness breaks the night and the shadows disappear, and my faith shall be my eyes. Jesus has overcome, and the grave is overwhelmed. Woo! The victory is won. He has risen from the dead, and I will rise when he calls my name. No more sorrow, no more pain. I will rise on eagle's wings before my God. Fall on my knees and rise. I will rise. I hear the voice of many angels sing, worthy is the Lamb. I hear the cry of every longing heart, worthy is the Lamb. I hear the voice of many angels sing, worthy is the Lamb. I hear the cry of every longing heart, worthy is the Lamb. Worthy is the Lamb. Oh, let's praise God. Worthy is the Lamb. Worthy is the Lamb. I hear the cry this morning. I hear the cry of young people this morning. Worthy is the Lamb. I hear the cry this morning. Oh, worthy is the Lamb this morning. Oh, how y'all doing this morning? I'm just going to talk to you very briefly this morning. I just want to talk to the young people this morning. I was very stirred last night and this morning to talk to the young people because there's going to be an outpouring of God's Spirit among the sons and daughters, and that is the young generation of today right now. So I'm definitely stirred to talk to you all this morning, young people, about get wisdom this morning. You got to get it this morning. You may say, what is wisdom? Wisdom is discerning between what's right and wrong. So that's wisdom. In the Bible, book of Proverbs, that is a wisdom chapter. King Solomon, he was the third king of Israel. He wrote the book of Proverbs. He asked God to give him wisdom, and God gave him uh, abundantly wisdom and understanding. And he built. He has so many building projects. He had foreign power with many, many nations. He wrote the book of, like I said, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Solomon. So he was a very, very, very wealthy man. So he had merchants and ships coming to Israel. So King Solomon was a very, very wisdom man and the most uh, wisest man in Israel. So I want to talk to the young people this morning to get wisdom this morning. Very important, definitely in this generation, right here. But like I said, wisdom is the ability to recognize differences, differences in people, differences in a moment, differences in communications, differences in reactions, differences between what's right and wrong, what's good and evil, differences in opportunity, differences in the environment, differences in others and you. So that's wisdom this morning. So we got to get it this morning. It's very important. Life is whatever you decide to magnify in your mind. Life is whatever you decide to magnify in your mind. So, what is magnify? Magnify makes something appear larger than it is. So, magnify makes something appear larger than it is. So, we could say we want a bigger, phone or the newest phone. Um, most of you young guys, you say, I want a shiny car, $100 shoes, um, whatever it is. And for the ladies, you may want a pretty dress, a different type of hairstyle, or makeup or jewelry. So, sometimes we magnify those things to make something appear larger than it is. So we may magnify these as the most important things in our lives. You know, uh, our cell phones, um, cars, money, shoes, hair, and makeup. So we may see those things as we may magnify those. Say, I want this, I want that. You know, I am the only one who decide and choose what is important to me. So you decide. Um, you decide. You choose what's important in your life. Yes, your parents may influence you, but or you have other outside people, but it comes down to you decide. What's right and wrong in your life. Some of you had made the accusation and criticism of your enemies important in your own decision. So some of you young people, you let the accusation and criticism of your enemies more important than your own decision. Your own worth, your own, what God says about you, what your family says about you, what your church says about you. Some of you let the outsiders dictate, how your life's going to be, what you should do, what you should wear, or, your music, some of you have these, maybe secular music dictate how you should do things. So, sometimes we let these outside influence dictate us. But we decide what most important in our lives. Have you ever had friends say to you, I hope I didn't hurt you after they criticize you? So have you have a friend that said to you, I hope I didn't hurt you after they criticize you? So what was your response when they said that? Have your opinion mattered? It would have. So that's what you said. have your opinion matters if it would have. So, um, you know, just because somebody criticized you, you don't have to, receive that. It depends what you say about yourself. You know, what you think about yourself. I am somebody. I can do this. I can do all things through Christ that strengthen me. So, other people, negativity shouldn't matter. You know, um, you know, concerning your life this morning. So, I consider my opinion valued than anybody else, and so shall you. So some of you are upset about somebody criticizing you this morning. Does your opinion about you matters to you? So sometimes we concern about other people's opinion more than our own opinion about our own self. How we view ourselves. Our hair, our face, our body. Do we even like ourselves? You know, um, but sometimes we let other people opinion, um, you know, dictate how we're gonna do things. So we shouldn't let other people's opinion matters. Like it should rub off us every single time. Doesn't your opinion matters more than your adversary? Doesn't your opinion matter more than your adversary? Your opinion should matter more than somebody else's opinion about you. About how you dress, the way you talk, the way you look. You know, don't worry about what they say about you. You know, um, you could say, "Hey, I have the mind of Christ. I have the power of God. Greater is He that is God, that is within me, than He that is in the world." Okay, that's what you say. Greater is He, greater is God, that is within me, than He that is within me, the world. So it matters what God says about me, and my parents says about me, and if you have church family, what they says about you, and good friends, not your adversary, your enemies. So don't let your enemies and people that don't like you, make you have a bad day, you know, or make you feel worthless. So don't worry about that this morning. So let's go to the book of Proverbs, young people. Book of Proverbs, chapter 4, 7 through 8. So this morning we're talking about get wisdom this morning. Like I said, wisdom is discerning between what's right and what's wrong. Um, so let's get some wisdom this morning. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7 and 8. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7 and 8. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. In all you're getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and she will promote you. She will bring you honor when you embrace her. She will place on you, she will place on your head an ornament of grace. A crown of glory she will deliver to you. Hear, my son, and rejoice, hear, my son, and receive my saying. And the years of your life will be many. So King David, King Solomon's dad, you know, gave him wisdom. The wisdom came from his dad. He taught him the law, taught him the things of God. So he received wisdom at an early age, and he asked God to give him wisdom. And God gave him wisdom and understanding. So, so that's what we have to do. We have to obtain wisdom and understanding, and wear it around our, place it on our head, and wear it around our neck, and never lose sight of it. That wisdom. So wisdom is the ability to recognize differences Differences in the environment, differences between what's right and wrong. Like I said, difference in evil, differences between evil and a good person, differences in the moment, differences in the opportunity, differences in others and you. I want to talk about differences in value. Differences in value. What is the most important? Value is the most. Value is. It means the important, worth, useful of something. So, what is your value this morning? How much do you worth to people? How much do you worth to yourself? Do you consider yourself worthless or valuable? What does your action tell about how much you worth this morning? So let's have an example. You take gold, right? How can you tell the difference between you have two gold in your hand. One of them's real and one of them's fake. How can you tell the difference? Okay, so a real gold is not magnified. It's not magnetic. Fake gold is magnetic. So you take a little magnet and you can tell if the gold is fake or not. It's going to stick to it. So real gold doesn't stick. Okay, that's how you could. That's one way you can tell. And fake gold, all you young people know it turn green. So fake gold turns green, not the real gold. And also the price. If you go to a store, like if you go to these jewelry stores in a mall, so you realize the gold cost like $1,300, right? And if you go to the Chinese store, they sell all the gold. You may get it for $5 or $10. So, um, you know, what is your value? So, what is your value this morning? Um, how much do you worth this morning? You know, um, do you consider yourself valuable? To God, to others. How much you worth this morning. Even your singleness. How much do you worth? Say, you know what? I'm not gonna give myself to to everybody. I worth more than that. I'm precious like gold this morning. I'm not gonna be sleeping around from this person and that person. I worth too much more than that. If you're gonna, get me, you gotta pay $1,300. So, um, so how much you value this morning? There's a price on you. How much you value? How much people see you? They see you valuable, or they see you, like that $5 fake gold. Make sure your worth is, you know, so much valuable than gold, young people, this morning. And lastly, who do you honor this morning? Honor means to high esteem and respect. If you fail in your life, who did you fail to honor? If you fail in your life, who did you fail to honor? Let's go to Ephesians chapter 6. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1 through 3. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1 through 3. Talking about honor. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with you and you may live long on the earth. Honor, high esteem, and respect. So this morning, young people, do you respect your mother and father right now? Do you respect them right now? Do you magnify them more than your favorite music, your the latest iPad you have, or whatever you magnify? Do you magnify your mom and dad this morning? Do you respect them this morning, or do you curse them out, or do you talk back to them when they tell you something? Or do you just do what you want to do? The Bible says, which is it's a first commandment promise, that you may live long upon the land. There's older older people that are on the land right now, they're 90 years old, and you can always trace that back to obedience, honoring their mother and father. You will live long, have a long life, prosperous life, if you honor your mother and father. That's what King David gave Solomon. Wisdom. You know, wisdom is discerning between what's right and wrong. What's wrong is disrespecting your parents. What's right is honoring your parents. So wisdom and discerning between what's right and wrong. Example, if your mom said, I need you to clean up the room. So you think about it. How should I respond? Okay, mommy, I will clean up my room. Okay. So wisdom and discerning between what's right and wrong. Did your mother say something bad? She said, go clean your room. Or you may respond, hey, go clean your room. No, I'm not cleaning my room. I already did it already. So wisdom and discerning between what's right and wrong. So if you choose your right response, or communicate it the right way, um, then you add years into your life. God sees that, and you add more years in your life. If you continue to disrespect your parents every single time, you could be shorting your days. Okay, so that's wisdom this morning. I just wanted to get on here this morning and get wisdom this morning. We get everything in the world. We get, man, we want to be respected. We want everything to go our way. We want the latest iPad. We want the, shiny, shiny new shoes, purses, and hair. But are we, respecting our parents this morning? Are we loving on them this morning? Are we following their teaching and their commandments this morning? So if you do those things, you will live. It will set you on the right path of life. So if you don't do those things, it's going to set you on the wrong path of life. So wisdom and discerning between right and wrong. So if you listen to your parents, they're going to set you on the right way of life. Then you're going to see that you are prospering. It's all come from um, home. you know. So if you disobey them, you're gonna find yourself with, um, you know, worldly friends, cussing friends, drinking friends, doing all kind of stuff, you know. So and you get all your wisdom from the world wisdom, you know. Then you get home, you cussing your parents out, So that's not good. Um, you know, you gotta obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. So wisdom is discerning between what's right and wrong. Um, so young people, I hope you get this morning and get wisdom this morning and get understanding this morning. It's going to keep you. It's going to take you to places that you've never been. So love you, young people. You're the future church, future generations. Get excited about this time. I know you all can't go out and do your thing, and I know some of you graduating, and and this is the time of your life. You're young. I remember I was in the military. I was in the 21 years old. The time of my life, I was out there. But even when you close doors, young people, when you close doors, there could be exciting time in your life to get that wisdom right now, before things start opening back up. So get wisdom right now. So be blessed and obey your mother and fathers and your leaders, and it'll take you places that you've never been. Be blessed.